Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back. This is another new machine here. This machine is slightly more challenging than the past ones that we had look at. So let's start quickly with the port scanning of this machine, and that's hopefully will reveal some interesting information. Okay, so as usual, we're going to go ahead with the full port scan for all the 65,000 port number aggressive scan, and we try to run the default um, scripts, as well as we try to speed up our scan with the dash T4 option. Okay. Let me pause till the scan finish, and then we can resume the video. So the port scanning has just completed. It took a bit of a time. As you can see, there are many ports available here. So we can see that there's SSH open. There's another port here. Seems it's HTTP and another HTTP port here. So there is no port 80, and even the SSH is not running on traditional port. Okay, this is interesting. So let's try to enumerate then the web directories. Oh, sorry. Also, there is port 21 here with FTP and it's anonymous access. So quickly, let's try to jump on this port, try to access it. What's the port IP address? Okay. Doesn't seem that it allow us to list anything here. Okay, it's only entering the passive mode. That's fair enough. So let's then go back to our initial plan and try to enumerate the directories. And let's go for both ports number where HTTP was enabled, 334.14, and the other one 480. Okay, so this one doesn't seem to be responding. Let's see if we can visit this one. Okay, so nothing in there. Okay, this sounds interesting. Here we find two directories, and the other one is the info. Okay, so this one here shows the API version. This one here shows information such as Okay, that's the URL for the upload file. That's okay. That seems to be a path that we can use to run commands. I'll try to access that one. Good. So, directory temp in this case. Let's see if we go to home. Okay, we have Alfredo, which most likely would be the user. Okay, inside we can see we have number of files and the SSH directory. Let me try to see if I can access the SSH directory. Okay, so we have the password. Sorry, we have the public and the RSA keys. If we go back to here, we can see that it uses the post method to upload files. So again, let me just try to access this. Okay, so access is denied. Fair enough. Good. So the fact that we can upload files in here using post, there might be a way to exploit this. So upload files post method curl, for example. Yeah, it seems that there is a way dash x, then we need to put the post rather than put. So did I mention post method? Yes, I use post method. Okay. So there's loads of talks about using the put method, but I'm sure there would be something to use the post. Okay. So that's F here. This sounds interesting. So curl dash F, probably okay to use. I'm not a make mistake that thinking to use dash as a regular form data. In fact, that way will cause errors. The proper way to upload a file is use dash F option, which will add encrypt. Okay, that's interesting perspective. Um, I also have access find another one, which pretty much says exactly the same. So let's stick with this then. So the command says curl dash F. Okay, so dash F, that means we don't specify the the method in this case, and after that we can use the file. Okay, so let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try to upload a file. So file, that's the file that you're going to upload. Okay. That's multiple files. Okay, but what if where we going to write the file? That is the bits. Probably we need to specify things. So if you want to upload this file on that server, okay. So I will use this as the basics, but then I need to add another parameters probably to specify the file name and where we know exactly where it will be loaded. So this is good. So let's go back then in here and let me create a file called test2. Okay, and now what I will do is I will go ahead and use curl dash dash f. Let's give it an f. We can use curl dash f as they said, and dash f the file that I would like to upload, which would be something like, I think, file equals, I'm just typing it from there, at, okay, so if I say pwd, okay, at this path, and let's put it test2. Good. Now let's use another parameters, and let's call this parameter now file name. And with the file name, we're going to assign where in the directory in the server we're going to have it. We know it will be here because this is the part that we can access. It will be home. Let's try to upload it to home Alfredo on that machine. So it will be file name like home Alfredo, and let's upload it as test2.txt. Then we need to follow that by the URL itself, the where we're going to upload it. So it should be http what's the URL? So it will be http. Okay, I know it will not work, but just to save ourselves some time, duplicate it, put it in here. So that's exactly where the file would be uploaded. So file name, that should be here, double quotations. That will close it. So that's, in theory, should upload it in there, and then we will try to check if everything is okay. Okay, message allowed files are text, PDF, PNG, JPEG. Okay, interesting. So now let's try to go to Alfredo and see if that file has been uploaded or not. Okay, I cannot see it. That means the file was not successfully uploaded. Okay, now let's try. So are we happy with this, first of all? We are happy with this. Home alfredo.txt http. We are happy with that. Now let's try to use the X method, which defines that I'm going to use post method. Okay, so let's do a bit of then looking at the help for curl. So dash include protocol response header in the output. Okay, let's use the man. So dash cookie, we don't need the cookies. Create directories. Dash data and uploading any data types. Dash f, lowercase dash f. Yes, that's a form. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we did this, correct? Okay. So when I use this, probably what I need to do is also use dash h to decide on the header. We're going to look at this. Dash g get no. Dash I header dash h header. That might be interesting. Okay, let's keep this in mind. So something like the user agent and the content type and this kind of stuff. Online, okay. And what else we might be missing? Limits dash lowercase l location. Okay, so I think the options we have is to use dash L and dash. Um, let's try it with dash L and dash X probably. So dash X we already specified. Dash F we already mentioned that's the file itself. What we can do now is try to use the dash L, capital L dash I. So if I put dash L, still nothing. Let me try to use then also the dash, specify the dash H, but then I need to define the content types. So dash X post dash I. Okay, so now I start to have the header. You can see it says that it's okay. Bad request. Why? At root of, that's where the file is. File name home Alfredo test home. Yeah, that should be fine. Then HTTP file upload. Okay, that's interesting. So it shows me that I didn't identify the right one. Let's try to use the header as well. So that means I need to specify the probably the content type. Content content type. Let's put it as a multi-part form data. Multi-part form data. Okay, it gave me another error message. Dash I. Oh yes, sure. That should be here. Okay, that is interesting. Again, it gave me an error message. So dash curl. Let's try to make it slightly neater. The curl dash I dash. Let's put dash L and put all the dash I dash L dash X post, then dash header content type multi part form data. Good. Then dash F file at root. That's where my file is. Ah, interesting. Let's move test2 to test2.txt. Okay, now let me try it this way without all the others. Could it be? I might. Okay, so that's interesting. It shows me that I should have paid attention to it earlier. The problem, yes. So because it was named without txt, it didn't upload it. Okay, good. So that means the I don't need to specify the other additional stuff in this case. Good. That is good. So now we know as proof of concept I can upload. Now remember, we can have access to SSH here. So what I will do, I will create um, I will create pair of keys locally, and then I will upload them to the server for Alfredo. Then I will use them to connect to SSH. So let's do this here. So keygen is the command I'm going to use, or SSH keygen. So once you run it, it will go ahead. It will go ahead and um, uh, create keys. But let me just wwd. Let's make sure that we say these need to be saved. These need to be saved here, and let's call it id underscore rsa. So in this case, I made sure that these will be yes. You have previous ones. Empty for no passphrase. I'm happy with this. Good. Now I should have the keys. Good. ls-all id rsa. Good. Change mode 600 to id rsa. I made sure that's now this being changed to the appropriate permission. The challenge now is I need to upload this in there, but if you remember, we just established and we see that it took us a while to figure out why test2 was not uploaded. So what I would do now, I will go ahead and I will go ahead here and try to upload the ID RSA as .txt, but when I will save them, I will not save them as .txt. I will save them as authorized, so SSH. That's what I want them to be. I would save them as authorized keys. Authorized underscore keys. So these will be authorized keys that will be saved over there. If everything is fine, file successfully uploaded. If I go now to SSH, I will be able, or I should be able to see authorized keys. Oh, yes, exactly. That's what it is. So now I know these keys are there. I will go ahead, SSH Alfredo at, what was the IP address of this machine? This is the IP address. Good. And if you remember, the port number was a bespoke port number, which is this one, 25002. So I will use the -P option. I will use the -P option to make sure that I'm connecting to that port number. So -P 25022 -I IDRSA. So in order to remove any confusion, I need to put the whole path. Otherwise, it might use my root. I could save myself sometime. So if everything is okay now, I should be able to get an SSH shell. I said yes. It challenged me for the password. Okay. That is interesting. Now let me again just make sure that yes, we give it the right permission. Did I uploaded the correct ones? I did upload. Let me just create a new folder here so I can see without mixing anything. So make dir SSH, cd SSH. Now again, let's go here, cd SSH, SSH Cajun. We want it to be stored in here. As ID RSA. Just bear with me a sec. I had a phone call. Okay, sorry for the interruption. So we generated the new key here, ls dash all ID RSA. Okay. And what we need to do is now we need to go ahead and change the permissions. Now let's go change mode 600. I think 600 is the right one for ID RSA. It was already this anyway. Now what we need to do is go ahead and try to upload. Okay, I see what happened. Okay, so let's because we have two of them, let me copy the ID RSA.pub into ID RSA.txt. txt. Okay, and now upload it over there. And hopefully now, if we tried to make the SSH, okay, good. So I think what the mistake we made is that we uploaded the ID RSA instead of the public key. Good. So now we have access ID as Alfredo. What is next is privilege escalation. So I'm sure I am inside the home of Alfredo. CD. We know already that we have one user account. Let's have a look inside here if we can see anything. Local.txt, .ssh, these are the files. Let's look at the bash history, see if we can find any interesting information. Okay. That seems base 64 encoded. Run sh. So there is run sh was downloaded. Okay. So we know that there is run sh. Let's see sudo -l. Yeah, unfortunately it will ask me for that password. So what we need to do then, the fact that I came across this run.sh, that's potentially might be some schedule task. So cron tab -l. No cron tab for this user cat etc cron tab. Okay. So we have something called backup flask.sh. Let's have a look. What does it do? Cat. Okay. So it adds the REST API directory as file as the path, system path. Then it moves in there and then runs tar. Okay. So let's see what is inside this one first. Okay. A number of Python scripts. Okay, so what I would do, I will create a file. I will call that file tar file, and then okay, let's move, and then from that tar file, either I will add a shell. So if I created something like that, uh, bin bash, come on, to a file called tar. So echo, then I just put the prompt, so it tells that this is a good. Let me just confirm that. Good. Then echo. I could put a reverse shell and wait for it to run, which let's try it. Let's try it. um, Let me use reverse shell, rev shells. Okay, we can use this one here. And at the same time, I don't need this anymore. Let me just create a listener on port 1234. 1234. Pin sh dash I. Now, if I look inside tar, I should be able to see the script. Okay. Is it bin sh? Oh, mistake. Okay. Also, what I can do is I can echo change mode plus S to find, for example, and then hopefully I will be able to see if find is one of those. Let me just get my cheat sheet out of my way here. So, I think that would do. If I put the find, do I need? Let's before that. Let me locate find. Mm, so this is where find is. Okay, locate sh. Maybe ls also is inside some other directory, or sh is inside some other directory. How it is, that's fine. So let's then now say echo change mode plus, let's add the s to the find, and let's put this inside the tar. Now if I open tar, okay, now let's confirm that ls-all. Okay, so we need to wait some time and see if when the script runs, if that will change it. I will pause the video for now, for a couple of minutes till the schedule task run. Hopefully either we can get a shell here, or we can see if the find changed into S. Okay, so guys, yes, as we can see, after a couple of minutes, well, a few minutes to be honest, then we can see that find has become a shell. Sorry, has the SUID. I had to change, add just for the user to make it, to add the S for it. So the now we can, what we can do is also from there go to GTF, GT, GTF bin, find set UID, and you can see that run we can run this here. So we'll go to my system and try to run it. I just need to put the actual path for this user bin find, and as you can see, we had the root access right here. This was not an easy one, as I said. Apology, I had to stop the video a few times because I need to wait for scheduled task. Also, I need to wait for nmap to finish. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.